Celeste,
Yes,
we just got back from a movie.
we did.
Mortal Kombat 2.
Indeed.
You ready to talk about it?
Sure.
Let's go.
Get over here!
What is happening here? Celeste, something's happening on the planet Geekery right this second.
Glix, priority alpha command. Open comms now.
Loading Geek culture language patches. Loading spiritual applications. Loading grace and hope directives. Comms opening in 3, 2, 1.
First round.
Hello, Devoted Geeks, and welcome to Com Talk, podcast extension of Geek Devotions. This is a show from Devoted Geeks who are devoted to let people know their love. This is episode 214. Joining me is my beautiful redheaded bride,
Celeste.
How you doing, babe?
Doing all right.
Good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we just got back, and I say just got back. It's been like 2 days, but we watched Mortal Kombat 2, and we thought we'd talk about it, talk about what we liked, what we didn't like, all that good stuff. You okay?
Yeah.
You're looking at me weird.
I am trying to stay really close to the mic
Okay.
so I don't stress out my lungs
Yes.
because they were stressed out yesterday.
Celeste and I had a great breathing couple of days, but we're good now. So, anyways, so what we're gonna do this is we're gonna start off with kind of a spoiler-free thought process of things, and then we will get into the spoiler section of it. Let's jump into it. Just a kind of reminder, guys. This is the sequel to the 2021 Mortal Kombat. Was that right?
Sounds right.
Yeah.
I don't remember when it came out.
So, which again, it came out. In fact, let me just pull up an IMDb. While I'm pulling it up, Celeste, what is your history with Mortal Kombat? Let's ask that question, just so we have some groundwork for our listeners to go, okay, this is the type of people who we're listening to now.
My history with Mortal Kombat is I've played it once at a student's birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone else
Was that really your first time playing Mortal Kombat ever?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I've never played.
All right.
This game is not my style of game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't like I get the rock'em sock'em beat 'em ups. I get the appeal for people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not mine. It's fun, but it's not mine. I'd rather splat things with paint. But you and I think watched the movies when we reviewed the old ones on the bottom shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the new one came out, we watched it and did a review on it.
Right. All right. Well, that's all what you have. For me, my experience with Mortal Kombat goes all the way back to 1992
Mhm.
era. I had Mortal Kombat on Sega Genesis, and I thought it was so cool. I
Nice.
literally thought it was neat.
This feels like it would be a Sega game.
Yeah. Well, it was an arcade game. It was a response to Street Fighter 2 being so popular. 'Cause Street Fighter 2 came out the year before. Not Street Fighter, because that game was rough to play. I played an emulator of it. Oh my goodness, it's so rough to play.
Who knew?
But this was a response to the popularity of Street Fighter. And it was interesting. The whole gameplay of it, what made it stand out from Street Fighter was they had real people
Mm-hmm.
that they had filmed, and then they animated those individuals to different things.
So, like motion capture type stuff?
Kind of. Very similar to it. I have it here. I'll plug it into the RetroCon later for you to see how it plays out. It's fun. I enjoyed it. So I have a love that goes back to it. And then I watched the Mortal Kombat cartoon that came out on like TNT
There
years
was a
ago.
cartoon?
Yeah, there was a cartoon and it was lit. I think it was based off of like Mortal Kombat 3 more than anything.
Probably.
But I played Mortal Kombat 1. I'm trying to think if I played Mortal Kombat 2. I'm actually looking at that stuff. I think I played Mortal Kombat 2 at a friend's house. Mortal Kombat 3, I did not play. But I did play Ultimate Mortal Kombat. No, not Ultimate. Which one? I'm looking at a list of it, guys, so apologize. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know there was one I played that had like a whole bunch of characters. It might have been this trilogy collection. I don't know. And I just found it fascinating the number of characters that were in it. And then I didn't really play again until we were hanging out with some students at one point in time.
Mm-hmm.
This is years and years ago. The first round of us being youth pastors.
Yeah.
And the kids had Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe.
Ooh.
That was so cool. Legitimately, I need to find that game because that game was legitimately lit. I don't think that it will run on our PS5, but because it looks like it was a PS3 era game, I think. So I don't know. We'll see if we can find it. So that was a cool game. I think it gave birth to the. I could be wrong, but there was the DC fighting game, the infamous game or whatever.
Was it Injustice?
Injustice, yeah. I think it might have given birth to that. I don't know for a fact.
Or maybe it was a offshoot of that.
Maybe, but I love that game, obviously. So, but I didn't really get back into Mortal Kombat until Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh, wow.
That story was amazing.
Is that the one you're playing right now?
No, I'm playing Mortal Kombat 1,
okay,
which is the continuation of 11.
That makes sense.
We may do another podcast later about the games.
Okay.
So that's my history of Mortal Kombat. Okay. I obviously watched the movies that came out in the early 90s. Love those, except for the second one. We actually, the bottom shelf has a review on both those. If you guys want to know our thoughts on the Mortal Kombat's from the 90s. But Mortal Kombat 1 is kind of a reboot. Ironically, the game's a reboot, but the movie, it's the IMDb of it says this: MMA fighter Cole Young seeks out Earth's greatest champions, in order to stand against the enemies of Outworld in high stakes battle for the universe. That description on IMDb is incorrect.
Yeah.
Because Cole doesn't seek him out; he's sought out himself and brought into it.
Yeah.
So IMDb, what you doing? Bottom line, Mortal Kombat's happening here. This MMA fighter, he's used as a kind of a lens for the audience to see the world of Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
People were really angry because he was a new character and he seemed like he was like the primary guy, whereas Liu Kang has been generally the primary character in the Mortal Kombat storyline, or at least like one of the top tier ones.
Yeah. And
they kind of made Liu Kang this like back of the room kind of guy. Like they kind of downplayed him a lot.
Well, I think that for people coming into the franchise like me, if they'd focused on Liu Kang, he would have been too OP. If that makes sense. He already was pretty OP.
Yeah, he was. But even still, like they really downplayed him in the first movie. So, and they played up this whole thing about Cole being connected to Scorpion and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So now we're in Mortal Kombat 2. And let me read the IMDb description of this, which hopefully is better. The fan favorite champions, now joined by Johnny Cage himself, are pitted against one another in the ultimate battle to defeat. This is not true either. Like, they're not split. Oh my gosh. All right. This is aggravating, IMDb.
Do better.
So here's the storyline of this, all right? Basically, it picks up right after Mortal Kombat 1. They go and find Johnny Cage. They bring Johnny Cage into the group, and then the actual tournament begins, where they had to fight Outer World, and they have 5 champions that fight, and it's the actual tournament taking place. But there's some shenanigans going on. What are the shenanigans? We'll get into in the second half of this podcast. But let's talk about non-spoiler thoughts on Mortal Kombat 2, Celeste.
Non-spoiler thoughts. Is it a spoiler to talk about the pacing of the story?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. They rushed storyline in the beginning that I feel like they could have stretched this into maybe a whole other movie if they had done the first half.
Yeah.
First act better and fleshed out story better.
Yeah, the first act felt really clunky.
Yeah.
Not that like, yeah, it kind of depended on you having known the past, But at the same time, it was super rushed. It was clunky.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think that this character is super important to the franchise, because I don't know. But I feel like he deserved better than what they gave him. Like, it was like they were trying to do a proper story with him. I felt
You talking about Johnny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt this story with Kitana was much better and much better fleshed out.
In this one?
Yes.
Or in the original one that they fleshed out with Sonya?
Kitana.
Oh, Kitana. Sorry, I thought you said Sonya.
No.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
No.
They did a lot more with Kitana in this story than they did with Johnny. And that was the thing, is all the promo make it sound like about Johnny.
It's about Johnny.
And throughout the movie, they kind of make it like it's about Johnny, but you have more story plot points of Kitana.
Yeah.
It was a weird mix-up. Like,
the storyline as far as Sonya Blade was trash. They did my girl dirty. Like,
she became a background character.
Not that I'm a super fan of her, but she just became useless.
Yeah, she became a plot device.
Yeah.
But again, this is the problem when you have any kind of movie that has so many characters. And we talked about this with the guys and I did for Mortal Kombat Annihilation, the movie. So many characters. It's hard to build a story with everything going on. I will say this. While we had the mishandling of some of that stuff, it was an intriguing story, at least.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was invested in it.
If they had not focused so much and tried to make Johnny Cage more of a front runner for this movie, I wouldn't have any complaints. Except for them, like, Sonya being nothing more than a plot device. Because they tried to flesh out her character a little bit in the last movie, so I thought we were going to get more character development.
Right.
So, but literally anything she did could have been any of them.
I get that.
So I had a thought. Oh, if they had just made it not as rushed, and there was a portion that was important in the first movie, a detail that was not mentioned at all in the second movie.
We'll get into that.
And so I feel like they could have focused on that, and it would have been okay if they had just done that, and then suddenly here we are,
right? Rather
than try to build a subpar story for Johnny Cage.
I get that. One of the things I want to point out, kind of going along with the conversation about the storytelling, is the storytelling felt like the storytelling of the last few games. Mortal Kombat 10, 11, and then 1. But I think where they excelled at storytelling over what this did was that the storytelling in those games take place over basically a 4 to 5 hour story time. Whereas this, it's all in one quick thing. I think that if they had, like you suggested, made this into a 2-parter.
Yeah.
Or I feel like Mortal Kombat needs to live within a series. As far as made for TV series. Or
do they even do that anymore?
Well, they had, how to put this?
Netflix originals, but
yeah, Netflix originals basically. But like in the past, they had this really great web series called Mortal Kombat Legacy, which was really good. I'm actually meant to go back and rewatch it recently. They have had a couple of really solid animated movies that are connected and space out the world of a different timeline.
And maybe that's something to ask. Was there an animated movie or a web series that fleshed out the Johnny Cage story that we're just missing?
No, not here. Not in this world. But should there be? I think yes.
Well, it's like we found a short prequel to The Batman, Sparkle Bat. And that enhanced the story.
Yeah, it was a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if they did that I would enjoy that storyline more.
Yeah. I would like to see this world fleshed out more overall. but it felt like a Mortal Kombat game. It played out. I thought the costume designs were pretty solid.
Costume designs were lit.
Side note, you can get the movie costumes for Sonya or for Kitana, Sub-Zero, and Scorpion in Mortal Kombat 1 right now, if you guys are interested in getting those. You have to have, I think, Dragon Points or what they call it. I can't remember what the currency. It's not the coins, but another thing that you need to get for it. But I thought that the costume designs look great. The fighting of it got better. I think the first act fighting was kind of rough.
Yeah.
But act 2 and 3 got so much better.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was great choreography. It was intriguing.
It's almost like they did the back half first and then went, we need to connect this to the first movie. Let's throw some stuff in here.
I don't know, maybe. I feel like we've said everything we can that's spoiler free. So let's go ahead and take a commercial break. When we come back, we will do a spoiler filled conversation about Mortal Kombat 2.
Select your champion.
Hey there, animation fans. Do you ever find yourself arguing over Pixar movies or getting very nostalgic about old Saturday cartoons? Then you need to check out the Cellcast. Hosted by Jacob and Drew, these guys dive deep into the world of animation, movies, TV shows, hand-drawn classics, claymation, oddities, and those shiny 3D CGI hits. If it's animated, they've probably got something to say about it. They're not just reviewing cartoons, though. They're celebrating the art, the humor, the heart that goes into every frame. So grab some popcorn, settle in, and tune your ears into the Cellcast at thecellcast.podbean.com. And remember, that's cell spelt with a C and a single L. That's thecellcast.podbean.com, where every episode is a frame worth watching.
This podcast is a proud member of Culture Box. Whether you enjoy geeky reviews, comedy, or original fiction, you can open up the Culture Box and find something excellent for your soul. Point your web browser to culturebox.media.
Second round.
All right, and we're back from our break. Unlike our last podcast, it's not a multi-hour break.
No.
So, by the way, guys, in case if you're just now tuning in to our podcast, first off, why are you creeping on your friend who's listening to our podcast? But thank you for listening. Last week we had celebrated 9 years of podcasting, and I'm getting to this point. In it, we talked about Street Fighter 6, or Street Fighter, the comic book that came out, Free Comic Day, got me really hyped about playing Street Fighter again. So I got back to Street Fighter 6. This movie gave us a lot of character stories and stuff like that made me go, man, I want to go back and play Mortal Kombat 1 again. Because the storytelling is super, super great in those games. This movie made me want to do it, although their story characters are still very different from the games itself. And that's one of the things I want to bring up as far as kind of a spoiler thing is we meet Johnny Cage in this game, or this movie. And it's a kind of a different Johnny from the games. Like the games, he's cocky. He's not a great actor. Like it's kind of a play on like he's kind of Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh no! Oh no!
But he's kind of like this. Carl Urban. He does a good job as Johnny Cage.
Oh yeah.
Of this version of him.
And I think that's part of why I am so sad that he got gypped, because I like Carl Urban.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good actor, especially for this type of a thing.
Mm-hmm. I think that it got better as the story went on.
Yeah,
it was
did.
still kind of funky. Like I thought it was funny how he ended up being like the what's the word I'm looking for? The champion of the Tarkovs. You know, that whole group of people. They're like, oh, he is the great warrior. You know, so they did a great job with recovering. It's just the whole front end of introducing him and trying to make us feel like you like him. It wasn't great. Now, I genuinely like this version better than I do the video game version of Johnny Cage.
Yes.
Because he's just annoying in the game.
And if you really want to be annoyed, Kano doesn't stay dead.
Mm-hmm. Which I have expected, but they did it like a switch on him. In the first game, he started off as antagonistic good guy
Game or movie?
in the movie, the first movie. Antagonistic good guy. Like, he's not a good guy, but he has the thing, but he ends up working with Earthrealm, and then he turns heels and becomes a bad guy. In this, they resurrect him from the dead, and then he goes, "This is terrible," and becomes a reluctant good guy. And so it's just a lot of switching back and forth of who he is.
I mean, I feel like though that fits his character
Mm-hmm.
because he's very selfish.
Mm-hmm.
So he realized that life was gonna suck if Dark Realm, Other Realm,
Outer Realm.
Outer Realm, took over.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, you know what? I like beer. I'm gonna fight for Earthrealm because we have beer.
Yeah.
Like,
Celeste doesn't like beer. He likes beer.
that's very true. That was the only thing.
He's very hedonistic and very self-centered.
That was the only thing that he said in that list of things that I could remember that I was like, yeah, I'm willing to say this on our podcast.
Yeah. We should say this. This is not a kid's movie.
Oh, God, no.
This earned the R rating for the gore, some language. It's not as much language as I expected. I think I've seen PG-13 movies with worse language than this, actually.
Yeah, because the F-bombs are the only thing that earned the R rating.
Mm-hmm. So, honestly, this is kind of a sidetrack. I am famously annoyed with Logan, as much as I enjoyed Logan, because of how they forced the R rating.
Yes.
Just the blood and guts would have been enough. But they put in so much F-bombs, and there's a 10-second scene at the beginning of it that was unnecessary.
Yeah.
Just to force the R rating. This one got the R rating fairly because of all the blood and guts. And the language, while yes, there were some inappropriate moments, it wasn't overkill like it was in some other R rated movies we've seen.
They didn't have to force it
Mm-hmm.
to get the R rating. They knew they were going to have it. So the things that were in there that were objectionable for us feel natural.
Right.
It's kind of like when you're talking to a non-believer. You don't expect a non-believer to talk like a believer.
Yeah, exactly.
It felt like this was just natural for this world because it is gory. It is bloody, and things that are bloody and gory like that generally have poor language. Now, do I still hate Kano? Yes.
Absolutely.
He could have stayed dead. Would have been better.
Talk about characters being done dirty, though. Cole. They made him this he's this champion in the first movie, and that this whole world was going to be based around his character growth. He gets into the first fight with I think it was Shere Khan, and not Shere Khan, Shao Kahn. God Almighty. Oops.
I just pictured a British tiger being like, "I'm going to kill you."
Yeah, it's Shao Kahn.
What was that voice?
He, just obliterate. It was a cool fight, and then just obliterates him. Like and I don't think he's coming back.
I wonder if that was not originally the plan, and because people hated him so much, they were like, "We don't need you."
That's what it felt like. Now, I think that he would have been a really cool character to have if they did it right.
Yeah.
But they did him dirty. They got rid of him pretty quickly. They also got rid of Jax.
I was not happy about that.
Yeah.
Well, I liked Jax, and I feel like there was a lot we could do with Jax.
Now, spoiler, they're at the end. Everyone's gathered up. They're going into the Netherworld, which is basically hell in the game, and to basically bring back their friends, to resurrect their friends. That is something that takes place in the games. I think at the end of Mortal Kombat 10, everyone has been killed, and at the beginning of 11, you're fighting basically the undead versions, and you got to bring them back. So that is something that takes place in the games. I don't know if they're bringing Cole back, though. I think they're going to bring back Jax.
I don't think, because he didn't return to Earthrealm. His body never came back.
None of them come back to Earthrealm. That's not dependent on the storyline.
No. In the movie,
Mm-hmm.
the bodies
Oh, right.
disappeared and went back to their realm.
Well,
His
no.
didn't.
Okay. I don't remember that at all.
Maybe I assumed that they went back because it did the blue thing.
Well, if you remember Scorpion, he you're talking about the end. Okay, yes, they were alive. They went back. I think you're confusing because in the first movie, Scorpion, his body disappears when he died in the intro.
Mhm.
But that was because of something that Raiden had done, basically preserving him for a moment.
Well, no, it was not in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
The characters that died, because Home Dude resurrected Kitana's mom. He had to have a body for that.
Oh, yeah.
And so when
it is possible, I don't think it's dependent on them going back to their home.
Oh, that's
space.
possible. He got thrown into a vat of acid though, so I feel like
well
he's just gone.
So, I'm trying to think what else. We've done a lot of complaining, but it's legitimately a fun story.
Oh yeah. It's one of those of you have to have suspension of disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
You go in expecting a fun movie with headbutts and good fights, and if there's story, great.
Yeah.
You don't go in for the story. Now, I will say, I loved Kitana's story.
Yeah.
I think that could have been the focus of the whole movie.
Yeah. And it kind of was.
It was. It just wasn't advertised that way.
Yeah. So, the story about Kitana, and for context, what this is her family is one of her family were the rulers of one of the realms. They lost Mortal Kombat, and Shao Kahn, had to double check the name. Shao Kahn took over, killed her father, and as a result, he kind of became her adopted father-ish. That is a storyline that takes place. And
it's kind of like a more messed up version of Gamora and almost called not Gamora. And what's his face with the purple?
Thanos. Yeah.
It's like a more messed up version of that.
Yeah. I did keep waiting for Mileena to show up though. I was kind of disappointed that she wasn't there.
Who's Mileena?
Mileena in the games is, depending on the storyline, either she's the sister or she's the clone of Kitana.
Mm.
And I was kind of waiting for that to happen. I was kind of disappointed.
So, well, like, I liked the movie.
Yeah.
I'll rewatch it.
Yeah.
And I do think they did a good job with Katara, but Kitana, not Katara. There's no water bending in this movie. But I don't think it's for everybody.
Oh gosh, no.
So even if you, which I don't know how you would do it with this particular franchise, but even if you bumped it down to PG-13, I still don't think everybody's going to enjoy it because not everybody enjoys dumb action movies. Like that's a whole subgenre of action, just dumb action.
It does give you that vibe of like, this is just a good fight action film.
It kind of feels like The Expendables.
I can see that.
Like, you don't watch it for the story. You watch it because it's fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a popcorn book.
Yeah.
You don't read it because it's great writing. You read it because it's mindless and entertaining.
Yeah, definitely. And I ate a lot of popcorn.
You did.
Now again, as it progressed, the story got a lot more intense. There was a lot more. I was intrigued a lot more. There were a lot of great callbacks and nods to the games and to the fan base. So I appreciated that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Easter eggs in this movie.
There are a lot of Easter eggs.
So like, if you go into this and you're a fan, look for the Easter eggs. You're going to have fun. My big takeaway for the movie, though, was I had fun, and it made me want to go play the games again.
It did.
Which I've been doing.
And I've been enjoying the story.
It's a great story.
It is.
My original thought process for this podcast was to go, because I have this hot take. I've been playing Mortal Kombat 6. Street Fighter 6. Now, I have not played anything past like the Street Fighters up to like the Game Boy Advance age. So Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter Alpha. I've been playing I've played those because I got the collection on Switch, which is it's fun. I enjoy it. Those are great time killer games. I've played Street Fighter 6. I really enjoy the World Tour mode, creating your own character. I enjoy the story or the vibe and the character designs of Street Fighter. But what's missing for me in Street Fighter 6 is the epic story mode that Mortal Kombat has.
Yeah.
And I threw around this idea, like I've asked our audience, our community, hey, like if you could have a story mode, what would it be? And one person, David, he had put out like, well, there is a kind of a story in Street Fighter where when you finish playing through as a character, you get a little storyline of them. And you do that in 6. It was in Street Fighter 2. And you have like this, like, oh, this is what they're doing. This is their journey. And that's cool. I like that. I want a through line story, like with some of the Mortal Kombat games.
Not a character background, but a overarching story.
Exactly. Somebody in the Geeks Under Grace group said that there is that in Street Fighter 5. So here's what we're going to do. Not right now, because I don't want to spend the money. I'm going to pick up Street Fighter 5 later.
At some point.
We'll check it out. And I want to see what that story is, how they do that, how they do it. And I'll let you guys know. But as of right now, I want a Mortal Kombat style storytelling in Street Fighter. To me, that would be the perfect game. Because I do enjoy the vibe and the look of Street Fighter more than Mortal Kombat. But the Mortal Kombat storytelling.
It's so good.
So good. So good. I'm not a huge fan of like brutality and fatality, all those things.
Right.
Those are whatever. But the way that plays out in Street Fighter, bring these together, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll be a happy panda.
Fair.
All right. Any other thoughts on the movie Mortal Kombat 2?
I think I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys have heard our thoughts. We want to hear your thoughts. Did you like the movie? Did you not like the movie? Leave comments on the YouTube channel. Reach out to us. Talk about it in the Discord channel. We'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Celeste, any other final thoughts for today or announcements you want to make?
We had an episode of We Read allegedly come out. Please go check it out. It's just John and I at the moment because Squid is getting used to being a mama squid.
Yes.
So she has taken a baby break to raise her inkling.
Yep. And I so appreciate her because like in between of her raising her inkling, she's editing my book for me.
Yeah.
So
and she's still involved in stuff.
Yeah.
She's still commenting and talking. Like she's going to come back. It's just she has a newborn.
Yes.
And so she's trying to figure out like how to handle that.
Definitely. If you guys go to our show notes, there will be a link to We Read Allegedly on our website. I'm revamping all of our podcast pages as they come out. And there's actually a link to the YouTube channel. If you are not somebody who listens to the podcast on traditional podcast catchers, they have a YouTube channel, and those are going out to there now for you, those who want to check it out.
Because I forgot we had one. So, yeah, you did a great job with doing the timestamps and all of that with the latest episode.
That is interesting. For those of you who don't know on Spotify, if there's timestamps, I guess it read the timestamps.
Yeah.
And it basically said, hey, you guys talked about the book Running Man, and it made links to check out Running Man. It
also made a link to check out another book that John had mentioned.
Wow.
And so I'm like, that's kind of cool. Now, for personal reasons, I don't support Spotify having audiobooks, just from a narrator's perspective. But it's still cool that they're like, hey, this is in this. If you're listening to this, do you want to also listen to this? Like,
right.
it's a cool little thing.
Definitely. So check that out, guys. One more big reminder. We're going to be at GeekCon in August.
Yeah, we are.
So I want to encourage you guys to check that out. Our summer's picking up pretty quick. We're about to hit camp season and several things. So y'all be praying for us. And also, again, if you guys like what we're doing here, I want to encourage you guys. If you want to support what we're doing, go to our website, geekdevotions.com. Click on the support page. You can become a Patreon geek, or you guys can give us a one-time gift to help help us do what we're doing, which is telling people that they love and they're cared for through our various ways of doing that, be it through Geek Devotions proper, through our YouTube channel, through our articles, in different aspects, helping us to get to conventions. Going to cons is expensive.
Yes.
And it's not just paying for the con. It's paying for hotels. It's paying for the food. It's paying for the fact that we're not working during that time frame. But it's also paying for other aspects. And so we genuinely appreciate your guys' support and all that kind of stuff. And if you can't support us financially, totally cool. You can support us by sharing our content, sharing our articles with people, sharing our community, and taking part in the community. That all helps us in major ways. Celeste, anything else?
Think we're good?
Land the plane, babe.
Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to Com Talk today. If you have loved this episode, head on over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify to rate and leave a review. It is very much appreciated. So until next time, stay devoted.
Peace and love.
Game over.